Hey, this rock and roll.
I wake up every morning in a bed that's too small, drive my daughter to a school that's too expensive, and then I go to work to a job for which I get paid too little.
Oh, this is gonna be fun. We can stay up late, swapping manly stories, and in the morning, I'm making waffles.
You're waking up with the Morning App on 90.5 WASU.
Good morning and welcome to the Morning App. It's finally February 1st, day 5 of this insanely cold streak that we've been having. A lot of cool news to talk about, including Kesha, some Ariana Grande tattoo mishaps, and the Super Bowl, and a lot of stuff. I actually had a very crazy story that happened last night.
What you got?
By the way, also, we have a different setup here today. We have Kati and Natalie. Josh is out of town. He's at a basketball game, I think.
Sports.
Doing some sports stuff, so we'll have a little bit of a different dynamic today. But have y'all had any issues, or like have you had any friends that have had their car batteries die because of this weather?
Yes.
Is that something that's been a thing? Because I've never seen that before.
Yeah.
Last night, my girlfriend and I went out to get dinner, and when we got out of the restaurant, her car just wouldn't start, right?
Yeah.
So we ended up going back inside, and it was like kind of, the restaurant was about to close, so we actually had to ask the employees if anybody could help us jump the car.
No.
So, yeah, so the employees come out, and like, you know, I think one of the servers, she tries to help us, but like her car hood doesn't have the thing that holds it up.
Oh.
So she was kind of standing outside,
No.
holding
In the
it
cold,
up for us.
yeah.
And it's freezing cold. It feels like it's 0 degrees outside, even though.
Yeah.
And so we had no idea that when it gets cold enough that could happen to your battery, right?
Yeah, I didn't know that either.
And so we were out there. We were trying to start it for like, you know, we let it charge for like 6 to 8 minutes. Eventually, like I think the owner comes out to try to help us out, even just to make sure that we did it right.
Yeah.
And it just still wouldn't start. So we came up with a new plan. We're like, you know, we're gonna go call a friend. I'm gonna get my car. We're gonna try to just charge it for longer, sit inside the car so they don't have to be out here, and then hopefully it'll work. But while we were waiting inside the restaurant, the guy was like, hey, I have an idea. Why don't I just give you my car battery, and you can just take it, and then you can hook it up to your car, and then you can, you know, take care of it, go to the auto shop tomorrow morning, and then you just bring back the battery later. This is a complete stranger.
Oh my goodness.
He has an extra battery?
No, he was talking about his car battery. He was
what was he going to do?
I don't know. He was just, I think he wasn't going to use it, but he was literally like, yeah, just, you know, if you want to.
He wasn't going to use his car?
He was willing to disassemble
His own car
to help us out. We had no idea who he was. So I don't know. He's definitely not listening, but I thought that was.
He could be. You never know.
It was a nice
He's
little.
driving in his car with his battery.
Yeah, this was
Here's
out
this.
in Moon, which is like a Thai restaurant out in Blowing Rock.
Okay.
But
I
then.
think we reached that far.
Yeah, they can hear us.
What's crazy is like when we were driving out though, like when it finally didn't work. He let us keep the car there overnight, and so we drove away from the place, and we were starting to see, you know, cars that were also trying to jump their batteries. So, yeah, if that's happened to you, hopefully it'll get warmer soon.
What can you do about that? Do you know? Like, is there anything you could do?
I don't think so.
I don't know. We're gonna try to just wait till it gets warmer today.
Yeah.
I guess that's all we really can do. Aside from that, we got some news about who is coming to Boone.
And Kati is very excited
Yeah.
about it.
Okay, but it's my roommates and I. We just love listening to Kesha. Just sometimes, like, it's fun. The older stuff, you know, it just kind of is nostalgic, you know, to listen to some of those, I guess, trashy songs, because none of those songs are exactly the best written. But yeah, but yeah, I was looking up the lyrics to one of them just to make sure we could play it on the show today, and I was just like, wow, this is just excellent songwriting right here. But yeah, no, I think it'll be fun. Although you said that she's not good live, Natalie.
Yes.
That's really unfortunate.
But she's a wonderful person, and we're happy to support her at the university.
Is she a bad singer, or is she just awkward on stage? Like, what's...
Yeah.
her deal?
The singing part.
Just the singing part?
Yeah.
Doesn't she use auto-tune? Like, on stage?
A lot of artists do that because it is a lot to sing for that long.
And for that style of song, too.
Yeah.
That would be really hard. But I think it'll be cool. I think it'll be a really fun thing to go to, especially because it's kind of like the Jesse McCartney concert where it's just everyone's excited to kind of relive those middle school days in a way, you know? And so
it just makes me laugh to think that we were all singing that kind of stuff in middle school.
Yeah. Some of it I was like, I definitely didn't know what that meant. Like any of these lyrics, I did not understand.
Which is for the best.
Yes, it is. It really is.
Have you heard the Kids Bop version of TikTok?
No.
Oh dear.
It's really funny because, you know, it's for kids, so they have to change all the lyrics if it's too, you know...
Quite.
You know, too adult. And they're really funny. You know, like in the lyrics to TikTok, she's talking about like brushing her teeth with a bottle of Jack, right? But I think in the Kids Bop song, they're like, I brush my teeth and then I'm ready to pack. Like they're going to school or something.
Goodness.
I was expecting you to say something about a snack or something.
No, which is ironic because when you're that age, you're listening to Kesha anyways.
Yeah.
You know, and you, like you said, you don't even know what that, like, what does that mean? Brushing your teeth with Jack.
Yeah.
I got a friend named Jack. Yeah.
Oh my
Exactly.
goodness. Yeah. No, but I mean, I think it'll be interesting because in the past we've had a lot of hip hop artists, and so I think this is something that a lot more people can, just from even people who like different kinds of music, can kind of all come together for this like blast from the past kind of nostalgia. I don't know.
It makes me think of the 1975 as like a popish kind of thing we had in Holmes Convocation Center, and that was, I mean, they were great live.
Yeah, okay.
I wish I would have went to see that.
You should have gone. Like their music, it's very electronic sounding, so you wouldn't think it would sound good as a live performance, but it was amazing.
Wow, yeah.
It was so good.
Did y'all go to Jesse McCartney when he was here? You went?
Yeah.
I was there for
I went.
Yeah.
We talked about it on the show.
I was there
hyped.
for like 5 seconds and I got terrified. I had to go. It's like
no, it was
the
great.
god of middle school comes out.
But he was so good. He was so good.
That doesn't surprise me though.
No, yeah, honestly, even if he had done badly, then no one would have cared. No one. I guarantee you the crowd was way more excited. I think that was the best part of it, honestly, for me, was the crowd was just so into it, and everyone was just there to have a great time.
Were they screaming or were they singing?
Both.
Oh my
Both. It was
God.
just, the combo was just unreal.
To me, it just sounded like screaming.
It was.
To me, it just sounded like...
If everyone left there with no voices, it's fine. But that's what I'm hoping to see again with this Kesha concert, is just the crowd just scream singing all of the old songs. And I haven't really listened to any of her new stuff.
No one knows
me
the new
neither.
stuff. But also, how many of her songs did she have when we were in middle school? Like, how many different songs do we know? Because that's not going to be a long concert.
I know TikTok...
No, there are a decent amount. There's more than you think. That
She was featured in a bit.
yeah.
Like
yeah.
the My First Kiss with 303. Do you remember that song?
Oh my god.
That was a
She's
cringy...
in that one?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
The one where they're like, my first kiss went a little like this. And twist. It was just like...
my
Oh.
Yeah, no.
But you listened to that when you were young and you're like, I'm so edgy for
Okay, but
listening to
that's
this.
3 songs. What else do we have from her
hold
that we're
on.
going to know?
No. When I was looking it up, the Your Love Is My Drug was way down the list. So then there were other ones.
Hopefully she's there for longer than like 30 minutes, because usually these shows have a reputation for not going past like 45.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Like, yeah, 2 Migos show up. 2 of the 3 Amigos. And
No,
then,
she had that the We Are Who We Are song.
Yeah, remember that?
The rest of them, no, those are really the big ones that we've already listed.
Yeah.
But then there's also Die Young. I think that was a more
I know that
recent
one.
Yeah. You know, yeah.
Do we know who the openers are?
They're I don't know.
I haven't heard
It
any
didn't
of that.
say in the like mass email they sent out to the students, but I don't know. That I guess, do they always have openers?
Usually. I mean,
can't remember.
that's the thing. People show up late on purpose just to...
Oh yeah. Just
past the openers.
Okay.
Sometimes there have been some cases where I've listened to an opener and I was like, I was more into this than the actual opening. Morgan and I went to Raleigh at the Lincoln Theater to go see Mr. Wives. Like that's one of her favorite bands.
Yeah.
And one of the openers, their name was Floor. And I loved them. I thought they had that 1975 vibe, actually. But they're like from Oregon, super cool, super talented. And then somebody in the crowd, like, screams like, "Where's Mr. Wives?" And everybody starts booing at her because these guys were killing it. They were so good. And so everybody starts booing and getting upset at this girl, and then they handled it like pros. They were like, "Don't worry, she's coming," and then they just go back to rock it out. And I was like,
that's gotta be so frustrating. But honestly, the opening acts, a lot of times they will put so much more energy into it because they know that no one's really there to see them.
But it's an opportunity for them to win over fans.
Yeah, but
exactly.
it's I don't know, and people are already there, already excited. So you have the crowd there, I don't know.
You have the opportunity.
Yeah. But a lot of times they do pretty well. So.
I remember when Ed Sheeran opened for Taylor on the Red Tour, and that was one of the best live performances I've ever seen, because he was engaged the audience, he was singing.
That's a good duo.
You guys sing this part, you guys sing this part, and then he got everybody to sing together, and it was it didn't matter if you didn't know,
because you don't know
you were
if that opener might also be a superstar.
Was he famous during that time?
I had never heard of him. Which, other people had. I was just ignorant.
She's the one
I knew his name when I walked out of there because he was amazing.
She was the one who took him in, and I think she was just interested in his music.
Because she appreciated his songwriting and his talent.
Well, and even didn't 5 Seconds of Summer open up for One Direction on a tour?
I think One Direction helped sign 5 Seconds.
And now they're really popular in One Direction's. Obviously not.
That must be really cool as a big artist to be able to curate and pick and choose and be like, yes, I believe in you, and then they can help build something. That's so cool.
That would be really, really cool, just to help people's dreams come true.
It's a good endorsement.
And especially Ed Sheeran, that was a great move on her part, because he's, I think Shape of You, what did it go?
I believe that was Song of the Year last year.
Yeah, and it had some kind of double platinum.
It was probably the most played song on Spotify.
Oh, yeah.
I know Ed Sheeran was #1 on Spotify. Yep. I don't know if it was 2017.
Yeah, but
whenever that album came out, Multiplied.
It was 2017.
Yeah, or Divide. I don't know. I think it was from Divide.
Divide is the third one.
I get so confused. It's just all of the math. I can't. I just look at those symbols and I blank. I can't look.
I'm wondering what he's gonna do when he runs out of math symbols, though. Is what I keep waiting.
No, there's plenty of math symbols.
But he's got to make it sound intelligent. It's not division, it's divide.
Pi.
Pi. Man, that would honestly...
Percentages.
Oh my gosh. Well, Bobby, I thought that this music was gonna actually start, but this not working.
We talk so much about the music. The music is what we care about the most.
The music, yeah. That's so weird. I don't know. Yeah. Hopefully Ed Sheeran will come out with more symbols to work with something. Maybe he'll just have to switch a language or something.
It always makes me wonder what they're working on when they're not talking to us. Here's Kesha, though.
There it is. Thank you so much, Katie. We'll be right back. We're going to be talking about Little Caesars. If you're an introvert, you're going to want to know about this little secret right here on the Morning App.
And now back to your favorite morning talk show, The Morning App, on 90.5 WASU. on 90.5 WASU and WASUradio.com.
So there's a pop star that had a lot of beef for getting a tattoo wrong recently. If you don't know, Ariana Grande got a tattoo, and she recently put out a single called 7 Rings, and that song's been doing really well in the charts. And so she wanted to get like a tattoo that said 7 rings, like on her hand, but she did it in Japanese. So this is in a foreign language.
Why Japanese specifically?
I don't
Was there a
know.
reason?
I don't know.
Extra artsy.
She might have been in Japan when it was happening. I'm not
That
sure.
would make more sense. So it's just kind of like, that's
But
random.
so the issue is this: like, this is a really painful part to get a tattoo on,
Oh, I bet.
anywhere where there's a lot of bone, it's gonna just be really painful. You want
That's right on the palm of your hand. There's a
exactly.
lot of-
And so she kind of left out one thing from it. She just put the character for 7 and then the character for rings, right? The 2
Okay.
symbols.
Okay.
But the problem is like, it's a language, so symbols mean different things when they're next to each other too. So, she puts it on Twitter. She's like 7 rings or something like that, and everybody's like, "Dude, that doesn't say 7 rings."
No.
Apparently, she got her tattoo. Actually said, Sichi. I'm gonna botch this. Like Sichi Yubiwa. I don't know. It's like a grilled fish. It's like a charcoal grilled, like it's one of those like cute little grills that you put on your table if you're
Okay,
going out,
yeah.
and then you put like fish on it and you eat it
yeah.
that way. It's very specific. I think that's hilarious. I would have kept it at that.
But
So-
she didn't.
No, because everybody just kept roasting her about it.
Oh,
Well,
no.
at that time, I guess you would
And so
not
she
want
was
a
like,
fish on your hand.
so she tried to fix it and add something underneath it and then put a little heart onto it, but apparently it made it even worse. So there's your lesson, kids. I don't know if you want to get a tattoo in another language unless you really know what's on it. you
Yeah,
know?
I feel like getting a tattoo in a different language is cool if you speak that language.
If you know it.
Yeah, if you actually know what it means
Yeah.
without having someone tell you. Because I would just be terrified that someone would either intentionally do it wrong
Yeah.
or just on accident, just a misspelling or something. Because you never know.
Yeah, I
But-
would have just left it at the char grill
Yeah.
fish or
That
whatever
is
it was.
pretty funny, but
Yeah, but the thing is, it's probably really different when you have the whole world paying attention to it.
roasting you. You don't want.
If I had, if it was just me and I made that mistake, then people are like, "Oh, what does that mean?" Oh, well, it was supposed to mean this.
Yeah, it'd be a
You
great
know.
story, but now that it's so broadcast,
That you're embarrassed in front of the entire world.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, so it
not
looks like
good.
the first character meant 7, and then the second one was supposed to mean like hoop, circle, ring, or wheel.
Okay.
But it's okay. So the actual thing it was said was shichirin, which is a small charcoal grill, and this is what it actually looks like. It looks like this thing. So it's got this kind of grill on top of a little, fire thing.
Okay.
And then you put little fish on there, and then you can share it with your friends.
That is cute.
That looks cool. I would
Yeah.
keep that.
Yeah.
But like, what if she doesn't like fish? Like,
Oh, that's
how
true. Then
embarrassing
that
is
would just-
that?
It'd also be just a constant reminder of how much you hate fish.
Yeah.
And if she doesn't hate fish now, she probably
She'll learn to love them.
Yeah, now it's
I
just,
don't
they
know.
say now it's just like nonsense, but whatever she has on there.
Oh,
I can't believe her handlers didn't check that before
yeah.
letting her go. Like, did
think-
she go
yeah.
alone?
I don't know the story behind where she got this tattoo. I mean, I think I do know that she was just like, I don't want to deal with the pain. Let's just make it short. And so to try to even fix it, apparently she had to get like painkillers and stuff. To go do it because she got like so much beef, from the internet.
No.
I can't imagine anything I would want to put on my body permanently because this is one single that she has, and she's had a lot of singles, and she's going to have a
Yeah.
whole lot more. And to think
Well-
this one is the one you want to mark yourself with is interesting.
Pete Davidson got like the bunny behind his ear.
Oh, yeah.
That was from one of her album covers or
Yeah.
something like that. And that was maybe a couple days into the relationship.
Oh, yeah. That whole relationship was an interesting, Yeah.
An interesting time.
Yeah, that was. No one really expected it to last, but it did it interestingly. But she did such a good job of recovering from it and profiting off of it that I was impressed with the thank you next and all that. That was just insane.
It was an excellent recovery.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then she came out looking like the better person in the whole situation, even though some of it was kind of petty, releasing the songs and stuff. But
It's especially hard to control your image, I think, now with social media the way it is, and people so willing to take each other down over little things. We're like, well, this is canceled.
Yep.
It's
Yeah.
true. You probably do need like a PR agent for tattoos.
Oh, yeah.
Because that's just so popular. People are getting tattoos on their face now, you know, SoundCloud rappers and stuff.
No, I couldn't do that. There's nothing that I would want on my face, like, just...
No.
Savage.
No.
Hardcore.
Yeah.
With a tear next to it, so you're kind of sensitive
man.
still.
No. Also, that would hurt so bad.
I can't imagine the pain.
And then your face would just hurt.
And then it'd be all red for like how long does it? Like it would be
yeah.
irritated. Like your skin would have to be irritated for a little while before it calms down.
There. Yeah, it's like that's where your cheekbones are. And
Well, and sometimes they swell, don't they? The area around.
Or it could get infected, right?
Oh gosh. Oh gosh.
yeah, I think the only person that can kind of get away with it is Post Malone. For some reason.
Yeah.
He was kind of the first one that I saw that, I don't know, not the first one, but he's just, as a character, as a person, he's such a, like, chill guy.
Okay.
And he doesn't come across as, like, he doesn't fit the stereotype.
Okay. Yeah,
and to a point where it's like, well, this is it. Like, this is his whole life. So,
yeah.
you know,
It's
he's
not as in your face. It's kind of just, this is who
Yeah.
I am. I'm not
fits
trying
his
to
character.
make a
But
point here,
it's
but-
different. It's different when you see, you know, a teenager who's just starting
Yeah.
to, you know, I don't know. What's an example? Lil Xan.
Oh no.
SoundCloud rappers that are kind of just starting out because it's not Post has kind of got it on lock. I think I don't know if his recent record actually outsold Thriller or like he beat the record for
What?
Yeah,
No.
it sold a lot.
Natalie is just very upset.
I'll have to look that up during the break, but he's doing really well. Like I think he'll be around for a while, but like there, some people like. What's his name? Doom, 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 doom.
Under pressure.
Nah, that's what it should be. It's the Vanilla Ice.
Yeah.
Oh.
You know, like what is he doing? I've only seen him on like reality TV shows and stuff. You know, so
Okay.
if someone like him got face tattoos, that'd be embarrassing. You know, so
Stay in your own language is the lesson of today.
Yeah. Do a lot of research on your tattoos.
Learn it really well.
Yes.
have y'all ever considered getting a tattoo? Ever?
There's nothing I can imagine unless I read a story about a couple that got like their wedding band tattooed, so it was like a permanent thing. And I'm like, okay, that's very meaningful, and I'm around for it. But anything else, if like a butterfly or something, like if it's just something decorative, I don't care.
No, there's 2 comm professors that are married and they have the ring tattoos.
And that's so sweet.
Yeah. Well, and they're very it fits their personalities really well.
Yeah.
And so it's cool. And I think it would be nice because I would be worried about losing her, especially if you're very outdoorsy, if you're doing a lot of rock climbing or something you don't want. They actually make wedding rings too that are supposed to be durable so that you can, they don't hurt if you're doing like a lot of.
I've seen some people pierce like just the diamond into their.
Okay, we
Yeah.
took it too far now. I can't do that. No.
All right. Well, that was an interesting conversation. Stick around because we're going to be talking about what intimidates girls. Last week Wednesday, we talked about what intimidates guys. So we're going to switch it up a little bit.
Yeah.
Stick around on the Morning App.
It's that time of year. It's colder, windier, and it's time to start bundling up. McAdoo's is a shelter for those looking for warm food to stay cozy in Boone. They have soups and melted grilled cheeses for the season. They're open late nights the whole week, and they offer their full menu. And yes, they're still open during business and construction hours. McAdoo's is located at 539 West King Street.
Ski season in the mountains is the time to strap in some bindings, lace in your boots, and attach your goggles.
Re-Gear Outdoors has new and slightly used winter equipment and clothing. They have a range of jackets from Patagonia to Burton and also offer pants, goggles, and gloves. Re-Gear Outdoors is located next to the River Street Ale House in Boone. Re-Gear Outdoors is open every day, and you can find them online at regearnc.com.
The Romantics said it best. Show off your dancing on the night of February 12th.
Nobody puts baby in a corner.
Join me, Lexi Hargy, for The Power of Love, a special Valentine's Day Back to the 80s hour here on the app.
Marriage is what brings us together today.
Get love struck listening to all your favorite love songs.
And now back to the morning app on 90.5 WASU.
All right, so on Wednesday, we talked a little bit about what can intimidate guys or make them hesitate to ask a girl out, you know? So today, with this new setup we got, we're going to talk a little bit about what maybe intimidates a girl, or maybe what turns off a girl, or maybe what just makes her hesitant to ask a guy. What do y'all think?
Okay, so I would say, first off, I think that if it's just really difficult to flirt with a guy that's acting like he's way too hard to get, that he's got this arrogant kind of presence where he's just acting like he's too good for most girls or something. Do you know what I mean? Does that make sense?
Yes.
That where it's just kind of, and even if you do try to make moves, then it's still the whole, oh, I'm too, like, so busy all the time, you know, just acting like he's too cool. Because there is a time where it's, you want to act cool, and not necessarily act cool, but just show that you are cool kind of thing. But there's a fair amount of guys that take it too far, where they're trying so hard to act like that they're hard to get, and that, you know, oh man, they'd be lucky, like a girl would be lucky to have them kind of thing. Does that make sense?
Whoa.
I'm being a little over dramatic about this, because that is rare that a guy would be that bad, but there are definitely guys that take the arrogance and that part of it too far.
Okay.
Are you saying they do that as like part of their character, like they're trying to seem hard to get, or they're doing that because they're not interested?
And that's the thing too, is that it can be very difficult to distinguish that, because sometimes it's like, do they like me, or are they just trying to like throw me off and not, you know?
I think if they're worth your time, then they're going to act like decent human beings to begin with.
Exactly.
So.
Yeah. Yeah. And so then that's the thing, is that even if I was interested in a guy, just doing that, it's like, this is too difficult and I can't read you at all. I have no idea what you're even trying to go for here. So I'm done. Like, this isn't.
What about if this guy is really nice?
Okay.
They're hitting all the checkpoints.
Yes.
In the personality, board.
Yeah.
Is there a hobby or something that they do on their free time that would make you go, I don't know about that. You know, I don't know if I might want to ask this guy.
Drugs. Don't do drugs.
Yes.
Besides like drugs or heavy drinking or anything like that. Like I don't know. Well, is there anything in that? Like, what if they like NASCAR and all they can do is talk about NASCAR? You know, is there anything around that?
I see.
Do you know what I mean?
I really don't like vaping. I don't like vaping. And a lot of girls don't, which is something that, I mean, and that's cool if you're into that, but personally, I just don't. I'm very funny about smells, I think. Yeah. And so vaping, like a lot of the aromas, I guess, from the vape like clouds or whatever,
cotton candy or whatever.
Yeah, they're just so sickeningly. Yes, that word.
Yes.
It's just too sweet, basically, and it's just, I don't know. I personally just can't. I just don't like it.
Interesting.
Yeah. I'm trying to think if there's other things that. One thing would be if they're not into movies. I think that's always been something that's a big turn up. Either movies or music. You have to have one of those where you can kind of connect about, just nerd out about something. I think that's always been something that's important to me, because some people don't watch movies and don't get that into movies, and that's fine. But like personally, that's something I've realized is important to me.
I think ideally it's not that you're looking for something that turns you off of something. I think you're looking for a person that shares something with you that you can actually experience together.
Yeah, for sure.
It's not like there's one thing that's like, oh no, they like hockey, they're done.
Yeah.
Right.
Done with them.
You're just kind of you're trying to find the magnet
Yeah.
in the person.
Something you can both be passionate about together.
I see.
Probably.
But all it really takes is just to see, as long as guys give at least one clear signal to a girl that they're interested, then the girls can work with that, okay? Like we know what to do from there. We can make a plan to like.
What are those signals? Like what would they be specifically? Because guys have
varies.
to know.
Say they're not aware of any.
No,
Guys have to take notes on this. You know, we need to like, okay, I'm gonna wink now.
Okay.
You know, what's the?
One thing is that guys, a lot of times they'll say something complimentary where you know it's kind of like, oh wait, they might be interested, but then they'll kind of take it back because they were so worried about putting themselves on the line by saying it that they kind of take it back.
They don't want to be pushy.
Yeah, and then it's like, wait, so
you have to positively reinforce that if you want them to continue.
Yeah, and so then it's one of those things that's like, wait, if you had left it at that, then like that would have been better. But now I'm confused. But then also sometimes even just that awkwardness, I'm like, wait a second. Okay, I can see that they're struggling here. Let me help them out. But that doesn't always happen either. Anyway, it's a two-way street. It's a two-way street. We all have fears. So
don't play games.
No.
Just be sincere.
Yeah, exactly. Be yourself and don't be too arrogant. That's kind of the key takeaway.
Yeah.
Stick around. We're going to talk about the Super Bowl after the break.
And now back to your favorite morning talk show, The Morning App on 90.5 WASU.
Welcome back to the Morning App Morning Show. So, this is the weekend. It is officially upon us. Super Bowl Sunday, our favorite national holiday, is here in America. There's a lot of things to look forward to, but what are you guys the most excited for? Is it the halftime show? Is it the commercials? Is it the games?
Hopefully the Patriots losing.
The Patriots losing is very important.
Yeah.
That's what I'm going to be praying for tonight.
It doesn't matter who plays the Patriots. It matters who wins.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, okay, so there are some teams I think that I would cheer for the Patriots for over the.
No.
Yeah. No, because, okay, as a Panthers fan, I don't like the Falcons or the Saints. And so I was very afraid that the Saints were going to play the Patriots. Because I was like, then I'm going to have to cheer.
They should just both lose if that were the case.
I know, it's like, can they? But I think because my dad and I were talking about that over Christmas break, it's like, there's a chance that it could be Saints-Patriots, and that's the worst combo. But anyways, that's a personal opinion. Most people are cheering for the Rams, I've heard, except for I think Saints fans probably will be cheering against the Rams just because they're still mad about their little.
Ugh.
Yeah.
But Maroon 5, they're playing with Travis Scott. Is that what it is?
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Hopefully, they play Sweet Victory from the SpongeBob.
Yes.
Because I think they were teasing a little bit of that on Twitter.
Yeah, no, there's a lot of, we were talking about on the show, Josh, he had a whole list of all the little hints, and it seems like they at least have to have some kind of reference at this point because they've made such a, at least, they've teased us.
Yeah.
They can't just tease us and then not deliver.
Because social media would kill them for it.
Oh, yeah. It would get
it's
slaughtered.
done. It's already,
Yeah.
they've made it happen.
Yep.
You know, they better follow through.
You don't do it for the gram anymore. You do it for Twitter and all the people that are going to yell at you.
The hash-slinging slasher will come get you.
gonna
Hash
swing.
slinging. The hash slinging.
No, but I'm really excited about the Super Bowl this year because in years past, I wasn't really, like when I watched it when I was younger, I really didn't care about the football part at all. But recently, in the past few years, I've started actually watching football and actually starting to care about it. And so I watched the playoff games and got into them, even though the Panthers weren't in it.
Yeah.
But, and so I think that's become something I'm excited to see these two teams play. And so then it's like, I can watch the whole thing now. I can watch it for the commercials and for the actual football, because I remember that when my church used to have a little, we would go to Bojangles and we would watch it on a projector, and then we know all my little friends, all of us girls would sit at a booth and then we would just talk the whole time, during the football part, and then all of a sudden the commercials would come on and we'd pay attention, and so it's really interesting now that I can watch the whole thing. Even now, I didn't really care that much about the halftime show in years past, but now, like, this has made me excited for watching the halftime show. So
yeah,
I get no bathroom breaks now. It's just like
you have to stay for the entire experience.
Glued to the couch.
Oh no!
No time to go get food. No time to go get nothing.
People have to bring you the food.
Yes,
Exactly.
Dovy, what are you excited for?
That halftime show, man. That's
Yeah.
what I'm looking forward to.
Yeah.
Hopefully we can make it happen.
Yeah.
But wherever you are, hope you have fun at the Super Bowl, watching it, whatever you're doing.
Yeah.
Have a great weekend. We'll see you on Monday on the Morning App.